Good evening, fellow Tarnish. Today I want to look at something that's been driving me mental. Now, I'm making this video not really to give out any super secret info, but rather poke your brains into searching for it with me. I want to know if there's anything you've seen that I've missed and vice versa, and that being said, let's get right to the point. Miquella's cocoon. Now, I'm sure a lot of us have tried hacking away at it, jumping up to it, or just interacting with it in any way possible, and nothing ever happens. Personally, I'm convinced there's a lot more to be done with it, but whether that's something already in the game or something to be added via DLC is yet to be seen. I could safely say I'm going to drive myself nuts trying to find out. Now, the first thing I want to mention is a dialogue from Gideon Ofnir. After you defeat Moog, he says if he continues his slumber within the cocoon, all will be well. This confirms that Miquella is still alive. It even mentions destroying the cocoon, which I can say I've tried everything possible and no luck. But what bothers me is I can't stop until I know 100% if there is or isn't a way currently in the game of interacting with the cocoon. So with that said, there's a few key things I'd like to look at. Miquella's needle. Now, if you followed the Millicent questline, you've seen the unalloyed gold needle described in part as a ritual implement crafted to ward away the meddling of outer gods. Now, looking at that, we look at Mogwin's sacred spear, and its description says it is an instrument of communion with an outer god who bestows power upon accursed blood. Now, we know Moog stole Miquella away when he was an infant in infant form to try to raise them to godhood and become their consort. And they were using the power of the formless mother, the outside god, which Moog gained his power through. So given these details, it would make sense to use the needle on Miquella, right? But nah, sadly, you don't have an option to. Even after you turn it into Miquella's needle after the Millennia fight, you still don't have any option to use it on Cocoon. But let's stop for a second and look. In the description of Miquella's needle, it says that it is as yet unfinished. Which, for me, that just screams, go find where to finish it. So, I've been scouring every damn inch of the map. But something hinted at and confirmed by other players from data mining is that Miquella is also Saint Trina. There was an NPC named Rico that was cut out, and they had a dialogue that said, "Finally I have found it, Saint Trina's, no, Lord Miquella's cadaver, such that I may aid you, O Lord." Now, this stirs a lot of questions in me, one being such that maybe Miquella's body in the cocoon is just that, a body. Could Miquella have separated mind and spirit to protect himself while the Halley tree was growing? So, like, basically, while he's defenseless, if his body was destroyed, his spirit, his mind, lived somewhere else and could be reborn into another body. Now, should we be looking more at Saint Trina and maybe where they would have been laid to rest? If any of you have come across anything that would be slightly considered the tomb of Saint Trina or anything along that lines, I'd love to know about it. But, yeah, basically, if we could find the body of Saint Trina, would that be the key to entering Miquella's dream? Would we enter it through there and then maybe use the needle on the body to reunite? I don't know. This is all speculation at this point. But, now, could the NPC just be talking about the cocoon when he mentioned Saint Trina's, Miquella's body? It's possible, but I want to say no, because it's very clearly stated throughout that is Miquella, that they were taken straight from the Halley tree, that there's no mistaking calling that Saint Trina, right? So where is the cadaver that he's at? What's the one he's speaking about? That's the biggest thing confusing me. Now, there's a few other small things to look at, like Saint Trina's torch, which the description says the carvings depict Saint Trina, but in adult form somewhat unnervingly. Now, if you haven't seen this, you could Google it, YouTube. There's people already posted videos so you could get a good look at this torch. It almost resembles a fire giant with the single eye in the middle of the forehead, or you could call it a third eye. But the hair is what has taken the attention of a lot of people, where some people will compare it to snakes. Personally, looking at it, it reminds me of tentacles. She has 8 strands, 4 up, 4 down, with no heads on the end that resemble snakes. And if you look at it, it really kind of resembles the land octopus that you see all around the map here. And that makes me wonder if there's maybe more to those little critters than what we've seen. Now, there are just 2 last things that I'd like to mention before I wrap this up. One being, I've not tested the Frenzy Flame with anything. So I plan on later today, I'm going to go get Frenzy Flame from the 3 Fingers, and see if there's anything else I could do with it. You can burn the Erd Tree with it. Maybe you could burn the Halleck Tree. Maybe there's something more you could do with that there. Maybe if I go back to Miquella with Miquella's Needle and the Frenzy Flame, something will happen. I have no idea. But that's what I'm going to find out later, and I'll let you know. Now, the last thing I want to mention, and it might be nothing at all, just creativity from the makers of the game, but this painting right here, Geopoliticus Child Watching the Birth of the New Man, is by Salvador Dali. Now, it bears a striking resemblance to the Cocoon, yeah? I've not really found any super connection other than the look so far, but when he did this painting, Dali gave some abbreviated, mysterious notes about it, and I have been racking my brain to see if maybe they'd have done any sort of Da Vinci type of shit and added that into the game. But his mysterious notes were parachute, paranescence, protection, cupula, placenta, Catholicism, egg, earthly distortion, biological ellipse, geography changes its skin, and historic germination. Do I have any idea what that means? Hell no. But it's got me searching. I know cupola is basically a dome, so I've been looking for dome structures around the Halleck Tree, around anywhere that I maybe have not been into before. Maybe there's something hiding. Earthly distortion. I've set trying gravity spells on the Cocoon. It does nothing. I really don't know. It might just be one of those cool things to the point that I've even tried to recreate it in game like this. But that being said, I'd like to hear what everyone else has found. I'm really just sharing what I found because I want to know what you found. Like, teach me something. Bring me something new to send me searching for another 30 hours. I don't know. But, yeah. If you have anything you could add to this, feel free. Drop it down in the comments. Make a video. I'll watch a video. Let's figure this shit out together. But until next time, it's been your boy, D3D Jigsaw. Like, comment, subscribe, all that. Y'all stay beautiful out there.